I never expected kindness to find me on the most awkward night of my life. I was sitting across from a stranger, forcing polite smiles, when one unexpected sentence changed everything I thought I knew about connection, courage, and the quiet people we overlook every day. Sometimes, kindness doesn't come as a grand gesture. Sometimes, it comes as an honest question asked at the exact moment your heart is most exposed. Before we begin, if you enjoy real-life inspired stories that touch the heart and remind us of the power of kindness, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is FMS Tales, and your support helps these stories reach more people who need them. I was 34, single, and tired of pretending I was fine with it. My friends said I was too nice and too quiet, like those were problems that needed fixing. After my last breakup, I stopped trying altogether. No dating apps. No setups. Just work, home, repeat. Then my coworker Mark wouldn't let it go. Just one blind date, he said, grinning like he was doing me a favor. What's the worst that could happen? I should have trusted my instincts. The date was at a small Italian restaurant downtown. Cozy place. Warm lights. Romantic music. All the wrong ingredients for two people with zero chemistry. Her name was Rachel. She was nice enough, but our conversation felt like reading from a script neither of us had rehearsed. We talked about work, traffic, weather. Every silence felt heavier than the last. I kept checking my watch, feeling guilty for wanting the night to end. That's when I felt it, that strange feeling that someone familiar was nearby. I looked up, and my heart nearly stopped. Standing near the entrance, holding a takeout bag, was my neighbor, Lily. Lily lived in the apartment next to mine for almost 3 years. We weren't close, but we were friendly. We waved in the hallway. Sometimes she held the elevator. Once, she brought me soup when I was sick with the flu. Just small, thoughtful things. She froze when she saw me. I froze back. Rachel noticed. You know her? Yeah, I said, my face burning. She's my neighbor. Lily smiled politely and gave a small wave. Hi. Hi, I said, awkwardly. There was a brief pause. Then Lily nodded and walked out. I thought that was it. The rest of the date dragged on until we both politely agreed it wasn't a match. We split the check, exchanged kind lies about staying in touch, and went our separate ways. I walked home feeling defeated, embarrassed, and strangely hollow. When I reached my floor, I saw Lily sitting on the stairs outside our apartments. She was still holding that takeout bag. Oh, I said. Hey. Hey, she replied. Can I ask you something? I shrugged. Sure. She hesitated, then looked me straight in the eye and said, why didn't you ask me out instead? The words hit me harder than I expected. I laughed nervously. What? I mean, she continued softly, you're kind. You're funny. You listen. And you go on a blind date with a stranger when you live next door to someone who already cares about you. I didn't know what to say. No pressure, she added quickly. I saw you there and realized I'd been hoping you might ask me someday. There was no accusation in her voice. Just honesty. I didn't think you'd be interested, I admitted. You're always so confident. And I'm just me. She smiled, not unkindly. You being you is exactly why I was interested. We stood there in silence, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It felt real. I was bringing you lasagna, she said, lifting the bag. You mentioned you had a rough week. That's when it hit me, all the small things she'd done over the years. Checking in when my lights stayed off. Leaving a note when my package got delivered to her door. Remembering details I never thought mattered, kindness I'd taken for granted. Would you like to come in? I asked. We can talk? I'd like that, she said. That night, we sat on my couch, eating slightly cold lasagna, talking for hours. Real talk. About fears. About loneliness. About how easy it is to miss what's right in front of you. She told me she'd gone through a tough breakup 2 years earlier and focused on rebuilding herself. I told her how invisible I sometimes felt. How being the nice guy made me feel forgettable. She reached over and squeezed my hand. Kindness isn't weakness, she said. It's courage. Most people just don't recognize it until they need it. We started dating slowly after that. No big announcements. No rush. Just walks, shared meals, late night conversations. What surprised me most wasn't how easy it felt. It was how safe, when I messed up, she met me with patience. When she had bad days, I listened. We showed up for each other in quiet ways, bringing coffee, sending encouraging texts, sitting together without needing to fill the silence. Months later, I asked her what made her speak up that night. She smiled. I almost didn't. But I realized kindness also means being honest. Even if it's scary. A year later, we were sitting on the same stairs outside our apartments, except this time, I was holding a ring, she cried. I cried. Our neighbors probably heard us laughing through the walls. Looking back, I think about how close I came to missing out on something beautiful because I was too afraid to believe I was worthy of it. That blind date wasn't a failure. It was a turning point. Kindness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a warm meal. Sometimes it's holding an elevator. Sometimes it's asking a brave question that opens a door to a new life. If there's one thing this experience taught me, it's this: pay attention to the people who show up quietly. And don't be afraid to return their kindness with honesty. You never know whose heart might be waiting right next door. So if you're watching this and feeling unseen, remember, you matter more than you think. And if you have the chance to be kind, take it. Because one small moment of kindness can change everything.